few notes about this sky cleaner, this cone CB that I made some time ago. I decided I'd put the crystal on the top of the unit and insulate the pipe with electrical tape to keep water from getting in and shorting out the crystal to the pipe. It made a lot of sense. But what made even more sense was shellacking the whole unit. I used shellac just not only on the pipe as an insulator to keep the energy from leaving the pipe out the sides and direct it up towards the top, but I also covered the whole unit in shellac, gave it a nice patina, and it's still hooked up to the ground battery, the earth battery. But I also put a copper plate on the bottom of it, facing up, with the Croft face on the bottom. The reason for this is I wanted to direct the energy from the ground up with no loss. This has been going on for almost 2 weeks. It'd be a week in 4 days. And so far it hasn't rained one single day. Rained at night a couple of times, but it hasn't rained during the day. Interesting note, the portulaca I put next to it seems to be reaching towards the unit. I think that's kind of fascinating. But this has gone on for a while, and I decided I'm going to keep this thing running for at least 2 weeks. And since I don't want to turn it off right now, I'm just going to have to use something else, because it's going to get hot today like it was hot yesterday. The humidity is rising. The weatherman keeps saying, yeah, we're going to have thunderstorms. We're going to have some rain. But you know, the people in the cities are complaining. It's never been this hot in June, and oh, it's so hot. It's hard to believe that just a couple of weeks ago they were complaining because it was so cold. Well, let's see if we can make it rain for Thursday. Okay, recent improvements to this unit. The main steel pipe, when I noticed it before, it had energy emanating from around the outside of it. Okay, and I took that as a sign that it was working. But since then I changed my idea, thinking, well, if it's working that well to send it out through the sides of the pipe, must not be having anything going out through the top. So I gave it a coat of shellac. Alright, and it acts as an insulator, also acts as an organic. Alright, and just like an orac, alright, you want the metal on the inside, you want the wood on the outside, the organic material on the outside. The organic material will attract the orgone energy. The metal will attract it but repel it in the opposite direction. So, having this juice coming from the base out through the top in a metal pipe will more than likely allow it to blow out the sides. You don't want that. You want it to come right out through the top of the pipe there. So, I gave it a coat of shellac. See what would happen. Well, I hooked the thing up, put it back together again. It's been sitting here for a week because the weather's been so perfect. But I figure that it's about time we have a little bit of rain. Besides, I think Thursday's a nice day for rain. So I hooked up a ground with some all thread, some shellac BX tubing going into the base here. Now it's not even connected properly, you know, but I figure what the hell, I'll put in a little crystal. But it just sits in there. I just want to see if this thing is going to work. I may have to stroke the skies. We'll find out sure enough. Okay. Moves on. And we're trying to get as close to 14 hertz as we can. I had better results with 14 hertz than I had with 15, so we're going to be working with that. Right now the skies are clear and beautiful, and it's going to be a hot one. Yesterday it hit 99 degrees. You know, 57% humidity. That's a little bit too much, and they're calling for much worse today. So we're going to come back in a little while and see what happens. But for now, we're going to point this thing northwest. And we're going to see what happens. Looks like we got sufficient thunderheads up there. See if we could find some lightning. Yeah, baby, we got a storm. Probably won't be hitting anywhere near here. Ah, there we go. A little lightning. That seems to be where it's coming from. Here it comes. Nice blow. Okay, let's move over here for a better look. You know what we have is some decent storm clouds on the horizon. Directly overhead. Lots and lots of storm clouds, and there's the front. Looks like we're going to have some rain today. Don't you love a spring thunderstorm? Yeah, baby. Of course, it's pretty much neutralized in this area. Here it comes. Yeah, baby. Alright, so the weatherman said that there's going to be a chance of rain. Yesterday he said it was a 30% chance. The day before that, 40%. 50% chance before that. And now today, he says there's a chance of rain. It wasn't until I set out the cloudbuster, fired that sucker up 6 hours ago, and we actually have a little bit of rain here. It's coming down, baby. It's just started. I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe it's coincidence that for the last week and a half, we had nothing but blue skies and sunshine. Week before that, we had torrential floods. Maybe it's just coincidence that 6 hours ago I turned on this unit, sky turned black, and now we're having a nice downpour. Nice spring rain. Nothing violent, nothing nasty. Just enough to get everything good and drenched. Good old-fashioned thunderstorm. Isn't that what you want?